What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we're gonna focus on the Dark Fae, the final boss on this Doom Tower rotation, guys. Yesterday we actually covered the Dreadhorn, the bomb boss, and a lot of you guys, for my surprise, said that you're struggling more with the Dark Fae. Now, she is indeed a tricky pony when we're talking about the themes, the debuffs we need in order to conquer this fight, to wreck this boss, okay? But she's not that hard as long as you're following the right steps. So there are a few different options in how you could actually fight this boss. I'm normally farming this even on floor 120 hard mode with the team you see right here at the top. Basically, the way that team works, the boss will never get a turn. I have a lot of turn meter manipulation. I have a decreased speed. So that's kind of like the main thing that matters if I want to follow up that team. Hundig is the champion there because with his A1, even if I have the rest of the skills on cooldown, he's going to go with the A1, kill one of the enemies, get that extra turn, and clear the entire team once the boss mirror copies my team. And that works on Oro. Is literally probably the most efficient team for the Dark Fae. Now, it's been a while since I created that team. I actually have a guide on it. I'll be linking it up here if any of you guys are interested to see it in action, to get the stats for all that. But today I want to show you kind of like a few different teams that don't really involve as much turn meter manipulation. And I'm kind of going to explain you the basics, what you need in order to wreck this boss. Now, the reason why this one is more of a special one, the Dark Fae, she does a lot with her kit. But then, depending on each affinity of the champions you're taking in the battle, she actually does a different thing. The more you have from that affinity, the more things she will do, and that's pretty nasty. The next thing that she does is she copies your entire team. So, for example, I use the skills on my champions. Everything's on cooldown. As soon as she copies my team, and that's literally at the start of the fight when you reach the boss stage, all those champions that they get into her team, our champions actually, they copy stats, masteries, everything, okay? Speeds, they are exactly the same like your champions. Nothing changes. But they don't have the skills on cooldown, so they're gonna be able to use whatever skills they want. So basically, you wanna make sure you don't have a lot of tanky champions. If you have a lot of tanky champions, you're not gonna be able to kill them. So that's gonna be a problem. If you're not gonna be able to kill the mirror copied, your team basically, you're gonna need to have quite a few CC champions in there. Maybe one, if it does an amazing job. They are two important debuffs when you're running against this boss. Especially if you're running with a team the same like mine. You wanna have decreased attack on the boss. You wanna have decreased speed. Then, of course, have some turn meter manipulation. That's the key in order to beat this boss. If you don't have any of the crazy champions that control turn meter, go and get an Armiger. Open Mystery Shards till you get Armiger. Is literally better than so many champions in the game, including legendaries. Armiger is literally an MVP. So definitely look for that. I do have decreased attack from Ursula. I do have revive from there. Since I don't really have any source of healing in this team, I do need to have a revive. If I'm gonna have a healer, I don't really need to have a reviver unless my gear really sucks and I'm not able to build them decently to survive a couple of hits from the boss with attack down. Then I will have decreased speed and a bit of decreased turn meter from Sylar. Basically, decreased speed is important, if not the boss will be getting so many turns and she'll fill up that dark energy pretty often, and she's gonna make a lot of mirror copies from your team. So that might put you in an awkward position there if you're not able to kill them all the time. And you really want to have a strong nuker in your team. In this team, we're actually using Zargala. Ninja is not built with crit rate. I haven't really changed the builds. Most of these champions are being used for faction wars. I am using Ninja for different parts in the game as well. Like I'm farming the Griffin with him. I am farming the Dragon Dungeon as well. So he's on a regeneration set, but the rest are literally either on Savage, either on a stun set, either on broken sets just to have a damage build. But I'm going to show you all that in a second. If we're having a look at different teams, it's pretty much kind of like follow the same principles, you see. We have a nuker right here, which is going to be Dragstar. We have V6, she controls turn meter, decreases speed, provokes, once the mirror copy teams are getting on the border. I do have a healer in here, which is Godseeker Oniri. I have Stag Knight, more decreased speed, attack down and defense down, because why not? And then we have Cold Heart, more Thermitter Manipulation, and enemy max HP hit to deal more damage on the boss. You don't have a Cold Heart, use an Armiger instead, but probably you're gonna have Dragstar, you might have V6 because they are free champions, and then up to you what other champions you're gonna have for attack down and for a source of heal. You might be having a Reliquary Tender, for example. You might not have a Stag Knight, but you might have Doug the Pierce, you might have a Tyrell, or a different champion that gives you attack down. It's very important in order to be able to survive the boss. We're gonna do a run. I'm gonna use this team right here, guys. I'm missing some gear on Deacon Armstrong. I'm missing gear on Reliquary Tender. Some of these champions are missing gear because I'm not really using them anywhere. Like Dragstar, I'm literally not using him anywhere at the moment. Same with Deacon Armstrong. So I'm gonna explain you why you're gonna have to manual the run, especially if you're stuck. So if you're not stuck, you don't really care about it, you do 5-10 runs, it's gonna happen. One time you might get a win, but if you're stuck on it, manualing is actually increasing your success rate tremendously, because you're gonna be able to control what skills you're gonna have available when you get at the boss, you know? So that's kind of like one of the main things to keep in mind. Okay. Block the revive on that one so he doesn't come back to bother us again. You wanna have especially the skill from a Sylar or from whatever champion you're using to CC, like decrease the Thermitter or decrease speed, Lissandra, Deacon Armstrong, even a V6. And the CC champion that lends the provoke, freeze, stun. You want especially those skills to be on don't be on cooldown, so you can use them straight away when you get at the boss. And that is not really gonna happen if you're going on auto. Like, I tried so many different combo teams before when this boss came out to see which team would be the best overall to make it work on full auto all the time. The most reliable was with Hundik, just because of his A1 is very, very unique, and that allowed for that to happen. But if it wouldn't be for that, even with Hegemon, I don't find it as reliable. Like, it's definitely not 100% win rate with Hegemon, because the A1 is not gonna clutch the run every single time, you know. The damage dealer needs to have the main skill on point as well. If you're not able to kill the mirrored copies once you get at the boss, you're in trouble, because they're gonna wreck you so bad. So we're almost there, actually. It doesn't take you that long to manual, guys. Like, if you're really struggling with it, I've seen it on my free-to-play account. Whenever I was struggling with some sort of content, as soon as I was trying to manual it, maybe 1 try, 2 tries, 5 tries, but I was able to beat it because I was quickly learning from the mistakes that I was doing and noticing what was happening. The AI on the champions is actually so bad on most of them. You definitely want a manual if you're struggling. So you see, we have this skill available. That's kind of like the main thing that matters here. We decrease the speed, decrease the Thermitter on everybody, including the boss. Now, depending on what stage you're going, you're gonna have to make sure you are matching the speed of the boss, okay? You might use a speed lead, you might increase the speed accuracy on your main champions to make sure you are able to keep up with that. If no, the boss will take the turn before, and that's gonna create a big problem if no. So you wanna make sure you are going in front of the boss, especially with the CC champions, not necessarily with the damage dealers, but the CC champions will be very, very important. You see, masteries, they actually counterattack because of the masteries. So they literally copy your champions exactly the way they are. Again, another counterattack from that Armiger is actually pretty damn nasty, because it can wreck my entire team. So land that freeze. Okay, they got my Zargala, it's fine. We gotta make sure we're killing her now. And that's the problem with the fear, you see? You have the feared, and look what happened. I was almost getting wrecked by that Zargala. Luckily, she didn't manage to kill my entire team. But that can happen, and that's definitely not good when it happens. That's why we want to have attack down on the boss, so she's not wrecking us either. Decrease speed, very helpful too, so she doesn't take a million turns and feel her dark energy. That's kind of like the whole thing with Thermitter manipulation as well. So this run didn't start it that great actually, because those counterattacks, they actually hurt us quite a bit. Decrease speed, try to decrease the thermometer a bit more. And my main problem is I have no source of healing here, you know, so probably slowly the boss is gonna kill some of my champions, which is fine. I'm gonna try to count on the revive, but now I'm gonna have to let the other 2 champions die as well, just to don't be messed up even more. So all these things, guys, they gotta be controlled, you know. That's kind of like the main thing with it. I still have a attack down. I'm gonna keep it for the next round so I can actually get attack up on the rest of my team. I will still end this one 100%. We're getting more thermometer down. We're doing more damage in the meantime. Okay, you kill those ones because I'm coming for you now. So now we can revive. They have good HP, they have thermometer. So we're back in business now. From here on, we shouldn't really have any sort of problems, hopefully. We're getting more thermometer down. What I'm gonna try to do now is to land that attack down because the boss doesn't have it anymore and she can actually hurt my team. And you see, she actually copied my Ursula. We lost the skill that CCs from Ninja, so that was a bit of a problem. Luckily, we managed to kill her there because we have attack up. And we don't have much resistance. So you don't really want to have resistance on your revivers or on your tankier champions because you're not going to be able to debuff them and kill them after. If we're not able to kill our mirror copies champions, we're really in trouble with the teams there, you know. Decrease speed back on it. Keep on going with the decreased thermometer. That's why you see I'm not really using the A2 on my Armiger, just for the simple fact that I want to control the thermometer as much as possible. Again, the fear comes in play. I'm going to try to use that skill to decrease the cooldown of my main damage source. Attack down because it's missing. We don't want to lose any champions here because we're so close to the end. It's very, very, very important to take the time and manual it. I feel like that's one huge tip that I'm going to give you right now. Manual the run, you know. If you're just gonna put it on auto, it's gonna be probably a 1 to 10% chance to have a win rate on your team, and probably it's not gonna happen. Maybe a lot of you guys, they're not even gonna have that 1 to 10% chance of actually having a single victory out of the entire thing here, you know. Okay, they actually got my ninja. That's actually a bit more dangerous because he can freeze my entire team. And that's definitely something that we want to make sure is not going to happen, especially near the end. Okay, actually he used the HP burn. That's a good thing. So now he's veiled, but we don't have the Dark Fae veiled. And from here on that's it. Game over. You see, we lost 2 champions, but we managed to kill the Dark Fae. And yeah, this is floor 40 hard mode. Is anything else gonna change on the higher levels? The boss will hit a bit harder. The boss's speed is going to increase, so I'm gonna have to increase the speed on my champions. The resistance on the boss is gonna increase, so I'm gonna have to make sure I'm increasing the accuracy on my champions. But if we're gonna have a quick look at the champions, guys, just to quickly give you an idea. So this is my ninja. You see, he doesn't have anything crazy in terms of crit damage, crit rate, or attack. He does have high accuracy and good HP because how I specified I am using him on the dragon. But that's the speed on him. The accuracy is going to be enough even for the Dark Fae on the last floor. Then if we're going to have a quick look at Ursula the Mourner, she's on a regen set as well with a perception. And 49k HP, 3k defense, 219 speed, 262 accuracy. And she actually has some resistance, seems like, which I would strongly suggest you don't get that on her. She doesn't even have masteries. Then Sylar, she's on a stun set, accuracy set. You see, she's pretty fast, 245 speed. For floor 120 hard mode, she needs 250 plus speed. The accuracy is just fine the way it is. And masteries, just a higher chance to actually land the stun because I am using her in Faction Wars and other parts in the game. Then who else we actually used in here? We had Armiger. So Armiger is on a Savage set, on a Resilience set, and total stats 31k HP, 2.9k defense, 209 speed, full crit rate, 236 crit damage, 240 accuracy. In terms of masteries, I actually have tier 6 War Master. I don't want to have Helm Smasher or more crit damage because the enemy max HP hit is kept on the boss. I don't really use that on the boss because I'm going mainly with the A1, so that's gonna help me to do a bit more damage. And the final champion, Zargala, guys. She's built on accuracy set, a speed set, and a resilience set, so kind of like a mixture. These are the stats on her: 4.2k attack, 220 speed, 260 crit damage, full crit rate, 209 accuracy. Masteries, I have tier 6 flawless execution. That's why I have so much crit damage, by the way. She's gonna work all the way up to floor 120 without having a big hassle, honestly. But guys, that was all for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you are stuck on the Dark Fate, hopefully you're gonna be able to beat it now. Do let me know in the comments down below how is your progression going, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Stay safe. Peace.